up, Capricorn friends? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. My name is Annie. We're going to read your tarot cards here today. As always, this is general, optional advice or guidance. You are always in control and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. Let's try and have fun, get you some insightful messages that motivate, empower, inspire. That's what I'm looking to do. So if you're not feeling that way in this reading, it might not be your message. I welcome you to check back at another time if you do not resonate with the material that comes through, because sometimes that will happen, guys, okay? FYI, this reading, because I'm using the zodiac wheel or the zodiac chart this time around, it's going to be geared more towards your rising sign. So this would be an excellent video for Capricorn rising to attend. But that being said, of course, anyone and everyone is welcome in this reading. Highly recommend you do us your rising sign, okay? They're falling out. Let's do it. All right, here we go. We're going to go all the way around for Capricorn. Messages I can give to Capricorn. Wheel of Fortune, baby. Love it. All right. It's funny, the first message I got from you, we're starting off with a deep one here. Are you ready? Will you go here with me, Capricorn? You have Mars transiting Leo right now, which I believe is your 8th house of sex and death, right? So you do have a planet that is very much connected to sexuality and action, for that matter. Mars, a very masculine type energy, whether you are male or female, is transiting your 8th house of sex, death, as well as mental health. So there's two very different messages here, but both are valid. Connecting in a more physical way to a partner, and I do mean intimately, not a business connection. We'll get there later. But that might be a highlight for you in the coming month or so. Mars is a very fiery planet anyway, so when you put it in a fiery sign like Leo, it's double the pleasure, double the fun, if you know what I'm saying. So take advantage of that. That's a very positive message. And I would even say, yeah, okay. I would even say, even if you are not in a committed partnership, you may find yourself, this sounds very heady, but almost exploring new dimensions in a more sexually, physically connected way. So, be safe. That's your business. But I guess what I'm saying is you may end up having multiple partners in the coming months where you are, I'm a sex positive person, but like exploring things you haven't explored before in a more intimate setting. You understand my message there? Completely different message coming up in your 8th house too, because it is very closely connected to the sign of Scorpio, which is sort of, the shaman, the transformer, the mystic. There's a very powerful, psychic, strong, sexual energy, yes. But also it's very much related to the past and all things psychic, all things hidden. So there's a lot of psychic messages coming to you. Again, Mars, the planet of kind of action and intensity. You may be having very intense psychic downloads right now. It's nothing you need to fear. I just sense that there's a lot of them. If you are a believer in angel guides, spirit guides, whatever your belief is for a higher power, that's your business. But there are I just keep wanting to say, like, fast messages coming to you. So I guess like anything, moderation, or not moderation, but filter that with a little bit of logic. But to me, it's something very innate. You feel it and you instantly know it to be true. So let me give you more on that, because even that to me is a little bit like, okay, well, why is that important? Let's see what it is relating to. Movement of a home in a more private or secluded area. So if you've been looking at property or real estate or moving apartments, moving homes, yeah, or at minimum, there's major travel away from your home in the coming weeks or months. If you are looking to move, there's something that hasn't been listed yet. So again, Mars to me is saying, this makes sense. Okay, thank you, Spirit. You may have to jump on it very quickly because there's something something regarding a home or land, property, a milestone, a celebration. I think for most of you, this has to do with property, though, because it has to do with 4th house activity. Travel. There's a need to go and travel and see property or land, or go take care of your other, whatever, your vacation home or this or that. Because this is showing up in what is hidden, it may be listed very quickly, and so that's why Mars is there. It's saying you got to act on it. Did you see that? Did you see that listing? Did you check your daily notifications about the thing? Whatever this is for you, there is a need to act quickly. I would say it's not necessarily impulsively. I think, again, the sort of like this deeper psychic intuition, this is something you've been preparing for a while. And when the opportunity comes about, it's like you have to act. You don't have too much time to second guess it. I hope that makes sense to some of you. And the thing is, it's not going to make sense to all of you immediately because something here has still been hidden. You are not privy to this information in the 12th house. I will say, though, and I always say this, but I especially mean it now, this is a positive opportunity. All the cards here are like, hey, let's celebrate. This is incredible. This is amazing. Are you seeing these cards? Whatever this is, it's not here yet. You may be feeling it psychically. You may be anticipating that something may shift or change in this, especially regarding home or family dynamics or something. There could be a new engagement or something like that. It's coming, but it hasn't been revealed to you yet. But when it does, there's a need for you to act relatively quickly to be prepared for it. And to me, that I don't at all mean to stereotype, but that seems particularly important for those who do strongly resonate with Capricorn, because with Capricorn, with all earth signs, there's a more practical, let's measure it out first. And the thing is, this has been a long time coming, so it's almost like when it comes, don't filter it through the, oh, well, is it right? Is it too good to be true? You're going to do that anyway. You're a Capricorn, and that's fine. I'm not here to tell you what to do or how to do it, but I just get a sense there's a major opportunity that I think you would be very excited and pleased by, but there is a need to act quickly. Okay, I'm going to move on. I know I tend to hammer things home. It's because I'm trying to give you more, but yeah. It may come through a father figure. There may be news coming through with a father figure. Again, this is a happy message. I suppose it could be career related, but it may, I still say it has to do with property and land though. Or an opportunity to interview for a different position. I almost get the idea that the window of interviews, it's closing very quickly, so it's like you got to throw your name in the ring if you really want that. Because the Emperor was showing, it may have to do with something more career focused. But again, the household, the 4th house, which has to do with your roots, your ancestry, your past, your stability, your private life. Something about that is coming through in this hidden surprises. Anyway, there's so many places I want to go. Your cards are awesome this week, but I'm trying to, hold on. I'm trying to organize my thoughts here. There's a need to be very forward and express yourself. Express what you want, express what you desire. Very Emperor energy. Again, Mars and Leo, very confident. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. And I'm even wanting to say make some demands of what you need from this. This is not a time to be shy. It just won't serve you. I'm not saying there's repercussions that are bad if you're not, but it's like, why wouldn't you want to sell yourself? This is a really good opportunity. So, house of dating, sex, children, also creative things, anything you essentially, give birth to, if you will. You have the Wheel of Fortune, so your creativity is very lush at this time. There's multiple opportunities with the Wheel of Fortune. Change is inevitable, so change is coming in. There may be a need to restructure or reorder, but it would lighten your load. It would make you feel, it would bring a more of a buoyancy to your life. It would bring a sense of ease and calm, but also a sense of adventure and excitement. You may end up having a opportunity to travel with a romantic prospect or do like a little getaway with a romantic partner. Yeah, and if you're single and looking, it's a great time. Get it, Capricorn. And interestingly enough, so you have your 5th house of dating and romantic prospects, and of course it relates to other matters in life. You have planet Uranus sitting there, and that planet is very much connected to expect the unexpected, or it comes in very shocking, unanticipated, unexpected ways. So that looks beautiful. The Wheel of Fortune, it almost says to me like a stroke of good luck in your dating life. If dating has been a struggle for you recently, or just something where you feel like you're not meeting connections that you really have a good, strong chemistry with, I would say no reason why that scenario or narrative couldn't be yours if you are looking for it. I like that quite a bit. What else is that connected with? Could be an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius coming in. And yeah, there's something to do with travel here. And quite literally in your house of travel, 9th house activity, you literally have the man on a ship, you know, there goes the card. Traveling across the ocean, you have the 6 of Swords. Pardon me, guys, I gotta get that card. Because I need it. I like this card a lot. It brings a sense of peace of mind. If at one point or recently you've been feeling kind of stifled or confused or 5 of Swords, not knowing whether you should turn back or, you know, return back to what is familiar or keep having faith going towards the future, even though it might be more safe or more comfortable in what is familiar. You're moving forward and quite literally making strides ahead, especially in your dating life. Yeah, your dating life looks bomb this week. I love that. Good for you. Careful that you are not subconsciously playing head games with yourself about thinking that you don't deserve love or that you're better off alone. I see your mind playing tricks on you. And again, this is not necessarily conscious. This is not something you actively think about or consider, but it's more like shadow side energy where your mind likes to tell you that you don't deserve love. Your mind likes to tell you that, you know, you're better off single. No one understands you. Or it could even be the opposite, more of a no one meets my needs or my standards. I'm never going to find that person who fits the role. But that in itself may be a lesson that you need to not tighten the reins, ease up on it a little bit. Be more open-minded. Again, Uranus in your house of dating right now says you need to liberate your mind. You need to be very cognizant of not always turning back to the old ways of doing things. That's very important for my Capricorns who tend to be relatively traditional. Certainly not all of you, but in terms of dating, I would say the same thing to Cancer, who is your opposite on the zodiac chart here, right? So just, need to be open-minded in what you seek in a committed partnership. I'm not saying you need to abandon your values. I am saying it would suit you well to consider, to have conversations with, to date someone who does challenge your ideas on what romantic partner should be versus what it could be. Do you understand? There's a need to be flexible here. And the reason I say that is because with this, I see you self-sabotaging. Don't shoot the messenger, Capricorn. You know I love you, and I truly do. I love the Capricorns out there. But I do see something here about, I don't know how else to say it, self-sabotage. Justifying reasons why it's not a good time for you to be in love right now, justifying why this person isn't good enough for you or your lifestyle, or the opposite, justifying why you're not good enough for this person, which does not sound very Capricorn-esque to me, but you guys have a variety of charts out there. I'm not here to stereotype you. I'm just giving you bits of wisdom that I see here if you want to take advantage of them. You do have Venus transiting your 7th house of long-term partnership as well as the Sun. Both those planets are in Cancer. So 7th house, long-term committed partnerships, whether it's business contracts or marriage contracts. You may connect with a Virgo very strongly in the coming weeks, a fellow Earth sign. Again, Virgo and air signs are coming through really strong here to me right now. There's something very severe about someone's not social skills, but like disposition, personality. And I don't know if it's you or them. To be honest, it could go either way. There's something very analytical, so it might be your Virgo, if that makes sense. Like, there's a lot of mental energy put into, I don't know why I'm wanting to say, like, connecting on the first date. I obviously trust your gut, trust your intuition. This is calling for me to say, though, don't always trust your first impression. I would say if this person doesn't offend you in any extreme way, this might be one that you want to give them the benefit of the doubt, give them a second chance. Again, maybe loosen that grip of, oh, they didn't fit into that box I had them in, because that's not going to happen. With Uranus sitting in your 5th house, this person may say things that are a little bit rebellious or unique or different or slightly shocking. Again, I'm not saying you need to change your life for this person, but I would say that cosmically there's a reason why those connections are coming into your life, so it might be to allow you to see things from a different perspective, and Capricorn, to not take it personally. It's not an attack on your personal moral code or values or ethics. It's up to you whether you want to change those, right? And I'm not even saying you need to. There's a reason to hear this person out, and maybe it has to do with tapping into a little bit more empathy, right? Sun and Venus in Cancer, the feeler, the nurturer, the empath of the zodiac. There's a reason to not be so stern and judgmental, especially this week, because something beautiful is trying to come in. So I think this is just a reminder, careful that you don't block your blessings by judging someone too quickly. This is a tremendous opportunity to try and see things from the other person's perspective, balance, to shine light and wisdom, not just on your own stories and your journey, absolutely, but the exchange of both, not just talking, but listening, right? I actually like that a lot. Let's see. I see you stressed about putting money towards something that would build towards your long-term goals or future. Again, sort of this guy is impeding upon that of talking yourself out of it. I think there's a major opportunity, and I do think it's to invest your money in something and just to be very clear, I am not a financial advisor. That is not what I do here. So responsibility and accountability is all on you, Capricorn. I will say this, though, just based on what I see in the tarot cards, there's a major change or transition happening with your money. And I think in the long term, it would be a tremendous opportunity. But you seem very, I don't know. So let's throw something on that. Let's talk more about that. Sorry, I need a sip of water or else I'm going to be coughing. So not only that, the tarot cards that are showing up here make total sense to me in regards of what's happening in your planetary activity. So your chart ruler, especially Capricorn rising, Saturn, right, is sitting in your house of money, which is about you need to show up, you need to be responsible. You got hard lessons to learn, and I'm going to make you learn them, and it'll be worth it in the end. But, in the interim, as you're adjusting to these spiritual lessons, it's going to be uncomfortable, right? I'm not saying that to bully you, right? That's Saturn. It's the planet of authority. It's the planet of responsibility. So with that, there's a newfound responsibility being implemented in your money. But also remember, it's hard work ethic. So because it is your ruling planet, this is not something new to you, right? You've been ruled by Saturn since you came into this world, right? So with that, there's you better take this area of life seriously. So you're probably already doing it. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe you've been very serious with your money. Maybe you've been very mature. I don't know, for lack of a better word. But there could be an opportunity that comes along that challenges this I need to save every penny. And it could go the opposite way, right? I'm just saying. Again, we're going to throw something on this. But because your houses of money, houses 2, 6, and 10, in 10, you have wishes and dreams, long-term goals, ambitions. I wouldn't say ambitions, that's more 10th house, but this is wish fulfillment, more or less. I feel like there's something very future oriented about this, and it's asking you, do you have the commitment? Do you have the patience to wait for this? Do you have the patience to nurture it in the long term? And it may actually be a situation or where you have to split your time or split your energy or split your, I don't know if it's income, like putting some money into this and some money into that. Maybe you're building 2 businesses at once. That seems very Capricorn, especially if you have like a Gemini moon or something, right? Anyway, tell me more about this. Mercury has just finished moving through retrograde in your 6th house. Which is where this guy is showing up about this financial matter where, there's like a transition in the responsibility or seriousness of your money. To be more responsible or to take a financial risk. I don't know. What do you think? You're going to know what this is. I would say it wouldn't have been a good time to move forward with some new idea during a Mercury retrograde. More than likely, though, it's because Mercury, our mind, our thought, the planet tied to our intelligence and our communications, was moving back retrograde. It's probably like your mind went back to this idea that has, again, kind of been boiling up to the top for a while now, so you may actually choose to move forward with it. And it may actually be something more entrepreneurial in spirit. It could be that you're building your own side hustle or your own side business, possibly involving writing. Yeah, you're it's so funny. Is it practical? Is it fun? It's like those are the two questions you're asking yourself or being asked by the universe, and they're faced in opposite directions, and I feel like this is the message. How do we get these knights on the same page? How do we get these knights to have a conversation with each other of, hey, we need to be financially responsible. We need to plan for this. We need to commit ourselves. We need to dedicate ourselves. You know, all our pentacle earth energy, right? We need to be grounded. We need stability. We need to be mature. We need to be responsible. And this guy's just like, but it's so dull. Can we just have some fun? Can we just lighten up a little bit? Capricorn, like, this is the message here. So there is no right or wrong answer. There's this way and that way. You could take this two different ways. I would challenge you, though, to balance out, again, where your mind is taking you. There's such a good representation in this card. Knight of Wands, fire, Aries, Leo, Sag energy, passion, excitement, energy, zest for life, enthusiasm. The Knight of Pentacles has that, but he practices those characteristics, if you will, those qualities in a very different way. They manifest in life as a very different way. This guy has a red hat and red boots. The passion is there, and yet his thoughts are telling him otherwise. His passion is leading him one way, but his thoughts, the swords he's carrying, and leaving some behind, right? Quite literally in the past behind him, to return there in case he needs to. There might be something in the past you need to reconcile mentally before you're able to fully move forward, especially with confidence in this. I think this, to be honest, I think whatever this big project or endeavor is, it's going to challenge you in a very positive way. Because it's going to tap into that side of you that is underdeveloped. And I'm not going to make any assumptions. Yes, you are an earth sign, but maybe you've been living your life as the Knight of Wands, right? Maybe you resonate more with your fiery moon or your fiery Venus, or you know what I mean? And so maybe that's why this is coming in to say we need to put an end to irresponsible spending, and that's why your Knight of Pentacles is showing up. Maybe it's the opposite, right? Maybe you've been relying too much on reliability, or, sorry, that's a weird way of phrasing it, guarantees. You've been relying too much on guarantees of, well, if I put the seed in the ground, I will get a rose. Well, what if you get a daisy, right? What if you put in all that effort and, you know, the packaging was wrong, right? It wasn't for roses, it was for sunflowers. Do you understand what I mean? There's an element of surprise and adventure to this, and so if you've been very strict, very by the book, very, I don't want to say lacking creativity. I hope you understand what I mean, but you want answers, you want guarantees, you want to do it the practical way. Universe may be saying this is going to be a transformational time in your life where in order to obtain those dreams and those wishes, especially in a monetary career sense, you may need to lean into those creative energies that they've always existed within you, but you may have been suppressing them a little bit. Maybe that's what this Wheel of Fortune is. Maybe there's a creative collaboration coming your way and you're like, but I'd rather do it myself because I'm dependable. I can rely on myself. Maybe the whole point of this is to get you comfortable with putting a little bit more responsibility in the hands of others. Your message, no matter what this is for you, is how do we get these two on the same page? Because these two are faced in very different directions. This could quite literally be a relationship in your life, especially dealing with a fire sign. Earth and fire, right? By nature, it's masculine and feminine. There's a million things I could say, but I even like how I'm holding these cards. It's like they're riding the same horse. It's like a weird cat dog thing. You guys remember that Nickelodeon show? It's like the horse is stemming in two different directions. It's quite literally being pulled in different directions. So this could be a relationship inside of yourself too. This could be an internal thing. You grappling with your strategy, the way you're going to do something. And I will say, no matter how you choose to do this, if you choose to do this, it's entirely up to you. I mean, I think you will based on these cards, Six of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. Even this, like the Hermit seeking out his next opportunity, it's a little dark, it's a little fuzzy, but because he has that star in his lantern, his star, his intuition, his connection with the divine is what's guiding him, and eventually we always say that star becomes much bigger. It becomes illuminated in the sky, quite literally in the star card. So it's like you're just starting to discover just how big this could be. But with that, it is going to challenge you to step outside of the comfort zone. You will be questioning yourself a little bit, but I would say that's normal. And again, you need to balance the two. We have to remember, too, this earthy night, right? It represents mutable earth, which is Virgo. Virgo is the mutable earth sign. And Virgo is ruled by Mercury, which is all about, again, the mental aspects of life, the mental agility, the intelligence, the information, the data, the spreadsheets. So, yes, it's Earth, but with a huge pull towards the logic, the thinking brain, right? Versus the creative, the spiritual. You have to merge the two. Anyway, all right, I'm rambling. You're right. I'm going to wrap it there, Capricorn. I hope this video was helpful to some of you, or most of you out there. That's my goal. That's my hope. Please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you next week for more tarot. Bye, Capricorn.